When I set up my remote operations office on my ranch just outside of Coyote Ridge, the last thing I expected was to have to prove ownership of land I built from the ground up. I'm Jack Landon, ex-military, now a private logistics contractor. My business handles everything from aerial supply drops to drone mapping for federal contracts. I like my space, so I built a separate office building next to my ranch house, a sleek steel-frame structure with solar panels, server racks, and satellite uplinks. Technically, the building sits at the edge of my 200-acre ranch on a sliver that backs up against the newly built Horizon Trails HOA, a planned community full of look-alike stucco homes, dog walking parks, and neighborhood ambassadors. At first, the neighbors waved politely. A few even asked about the cool drones I sometimes flew for work. Then the HOA caught wind that I ran a business from my property. That's when Karen, yes, her actual name, decided to make it her personal mission to enforce compliance. One Monday morning, I heard a knock at my ranch office door. I opened it to find Karen, flanked by two other HOA board members, holding a clipboard and what looked like a Google Maps screenshot with a red circle drawn over my office building. "Mr. Landon," she said, "you're operating a business facility within HOA boundaries. This structure was never approved, and we're issuing a citation for noncompliance." I raised an eyebrow. "Ma'am, this is my land. It predates your HOA by 3 decades." She sniffed. "Zoning maps show this parcel touching community green space. That makes it subject to HOA oversight?" Now, I've heard some wild spins of the law, but that one took the cake. I calmly walked them to the property line, clearly marked by a stone wall, original deed fencing, and a bronze U.S. Geological Survey marker. "This," I said, pointing, "is your edge. Everything past it belongs to me." Karen wasn't satisfied. 2 days later, while I was calibrating a drone flight path, sheriff's deputies rolled in with lights flashing. "Got a report of an unauthorized commercial building," one of them said. "HOA claims you're operating in violation of community zoning." I chuckled. They didn't mention I own the entire back half of this valley, did they? Luckily, I'd seen this coming. I handed the deputy a portfolio with a full property deed, zoning paperwork filed with the county, my FAA drone operator's license, and my corporate filings showing the building as my registered HQ. The deputy glanced through it and nodded slowly. "Yeah, this is airtight. Looks like they wasted our time." Karen, watching from the edge of her green space with arms crossed, looked like she'd bitten into a lemon. But I wasn't done yet. What Karen and her clipboard crew didn't realize was that I had recently closed on a surrounding 12-acre parcel, including the community center parking lot the HOA used for events. The previous owner, tired of the HOA's meddling, had offered it to me privately. I bought it without a word. The ink was still drying when they tried to shut me down. So the following week, I posted brand new signage around the event parking lot. "Private property, used by permit only. Contact Landon Logistics, LLC for rentals." Then I fenced it. Cue the board meltdown. They couldn't host their summer barbecue, and the Yoga in the Park event had nowhere for attendees to park. Emails flew. Angry Facebook posts followed. I got a polite email asking if we could discuss mutual benefits of shared community space. I replied with a copy of my lease rates. Karen eventually stepped down for personal reasons. The HOA stopped bothering me after that, and the sheriff, he ended up hiring me to survey his brother's farmland with one of my drones. Now my ranch office hums quietly with encrypted satellite feeds. The fence line is respected, and not a single clipboard has crossed my driveway since. Because in Coyote Ridge, ownership still matters, and I own it all.